Good evening. We are here tonight to celebrate the 55th graduating class of Oak Park High School. Now, please join me in welcoming the class of 2020. Please rise, and gentlemen, let's remove our caps for the playing of the national anthem under the direction of Miss Mallory Mann and our commencement band.
Please be seated. Good evening. My name is Martha Delatorre, and welcome to the 55th commencement ceremony of Oak Park High School. What an exciting time for the class of 2020. While it might not be what we were expecting, thank you to everyone who is making this evening special. Graduates, parents, family, faculty, friends, and distinguished viewers, allow me to say thank you for all that you have done to make this a memorable ceremony.
Hi. My name is Natalie Morrison. It is my honor to present this year's Norma and Norman Awards. Both of these seniors exemplify what it means to be Oak Park Northmen. Both students have been models of scholarship by being diligent in their studies, showing their willingness to serve others by giving back to the school and community, as well as their Northman spirit by actively supporting and participating in a variety of athletics and activities. This long-standing award is based on a vote by their peers, and as a part of this honor, they will each choose their favorite book to be permanently placed in the Oak Park Library Media Center. Our first honoree has an extensive list of extracurricular and leadership activities. Academically, she has been awarded A+, National Honor Society, and Gold Medallion distinctions. She has been a part of volleyball, soccer, and choir. She has served in student council as a class officer and in student leadership. She has also served as the Class of 2020 Student Body President. Please help me congratulate this year's Norma recipient, Miss Melissa Barlow. Our next senior has also been active in a variety of extracurricular activities as well as having highly distinguished academic achievements and awards. He has participated in band, orchestra, and Oak Street Singers. He was an active member in National Honor Society and HOSA. He also participated in the Northland Regional Chamber of Commerce Youth Leadership Program. He attended Missouri Scholars Academy and received the honor of the Harvard Book Award. Please congratulate this year's Norman recipient, Mr. Nicholas Brodolski. These two students truly show each and every day what it means to be a part of the Oak Park family. Congratulations again, Melissa and Nick.
Hello, my name is Melissa Bartlow. I have the honor of presenting the Class of 2020 Senior Gift. Dr. Sarton, on behalf of the entire senior class of 2020, we would like to present you and the Oak Park family our gift of 2 more water bottle fountains. A plaque will be placed at each to commemorate the Class of 2020. We are excited that our gift will be a part of the Oak Park family for many years to come and allow Oak Park to be more ecologically friendly and give students easier access to fill their water.
Hello, my name is Nicholas Brodolski. Tonight would not be possible for us without the hard work, support, and encouragement from the Oak Park faculty and staff. I would first like to thank our administrative staff, Principal Dr. Chris Sarton, and Assistant Principals Dr. Mike Dial, Mr. Chad Valadez, Mrs. Molly Smith, and Dr. Casey Vokalek. We appreciate the time and work you put forth to make Oak Park a great place to learn. To the faculty, thank you for your dedication and tireless efforts that you have shown to us. Your guidance and diligence has made tonight possible. Please join me in thanking these individuals for their commitment to the students of the North Kansas City School District and Oak Park High School.
Thank you to everyone who is here for this very special occasion. I am Chris Sarton, and as principal of Oak Park High School, it is my privilege to recognize several honored guests. Joining us are Dr. Dan Clemens, Superintendent of North Kansas City Schools, and Ms. Jan Kauk, President of the Board of Education. Tonight would not be possible without the support of Assistant Principals Dr. Casey Vokalek, Dr. Mike Dial, Mrs. Molly Smith, and Mr. Chad Valadez. Finally, we thank our senior class committee, Martha Delatorre, Natalie Morrison, Melissa Bartlow, Nicholas Brodolski, Lorena Cangelosi, Isabella Cangelosi, Callie Johnston-Coker, Rachel Wingerson, Skylar Small, and Morgan Kendall. Class of 2020, I have to say, I love your quote. Sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. Dr. Seuss always had a way with words, but this is really special to me. When I was introduced to our faculty 4 years ago at Oak Park as the new principal, I told a story about my daughter, who was 5 at the time. Somebody asked her what her parents did. She said, "My mom is a doctor. My dad is a doctor too, but he's more like Dr. Seuss." While I don't think my daughter meant it as a compliment, I told our staff that I could not think of a better way to praise somebody than being compared to Dr. Seuss. He has touched millions of lives with his stories, and I could speak firsthand of the wonderful memories I have reading Dr. Seuss to my own children. But tonight isn't about me. Tonight is about you. It is not about COVID. It is not about what you had to miss. It is about what you have done and what you will do in the future. I challenge you to make the most of each moment for the rest of your lives. If we have learned anything the last couple of months, it is to never take tomorrow for granted. How many of you thought March 13th was your last day sitting in a classroom, walking the halls, or eating lunch in the Lumberjack Cafe with your friends? I didn't. If I would have thought that, I would have made more out of that day. How naive of me to take that day for granted. How irresponsible of me not to spend more time talking to all of you and enjoying the moment. Do not let the precious moments that we have in our lives fail to become amazing memories. You have been through so much these last few months, but those lost moments should not define you. No, we get to choose the memories we make. We get to choose the lives we will live. A virus does not define you. A quarantine does not define you. Missing almost a quarter of your senior year does not define you. You define you. You get to make the most of each moment. Nothing can take away the memories you have and the memories you will continue to make. Class of 2020, you are going to be tested thousands and thousands of times throughout your life. When you feel like you just can't anymore, keep circling back to the memories you have experienced and be optimistic about those you hope to make. You have been tested to the extreme these last couple of months, and you have passed the test with flying colors. Remember that every challenge presents itself with a unique opportunity to make lasting memories that you can look back on and appreciate. Someday, your story will be told by somebody else. How will you be remembered by others? Tonight is your night, 2020. We are so proud of the 55th graduating class of Oak Park High School. Thank you for all you have done for the family, and we cannot wait to see what your futures hold. Here's to making more of those memories you will cherish forever. While every student will be recognized shortly, it is customary to acknowledge students on this occasion that have achieved some noteworthy milestones during their time at Oak Park. First, the following members of this class have received an A in every course they have taken during high school, thus earning a perfect 4.0 unweighted grade point average. Angelina Garcia, Natalie Morrison. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating our 4.0 students. The next group of students have achieved perfect attendance over all 4 years of their high school career. Adam Behringer, Isabella Cangelosi, Lorena Cangelosi, Darian Gray, Chance Gresham, Trenton Swiftford, Jessica Zuber. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating our perfect attendance students. These students have met the requirements for graduating with honors by earning the Gold Medallion Diploma. This diploma requires a rigorous course of study, including additional course subject credits and honors courses, while maintaining at least a 3.2 GPA. In addition, students must perform community service, complete an internship, and compile an extensive high school portfolio. Finally, students must engage in a year-long study culminating in a final project. Tiani Abubakar, how does the upbringing of a child impact their success? Adam Behringer, how does population growth affect deforestation? Melissa Bartlow, are social media platforms invading users' privacy, and would government regulations secure their data? Parker Benzel, what are the changes and differences in social media platforms, and what is the reasoning behind those differences? Danielle Blankenship, do sociopaths have empathy? Montana Brailsford, how is urbanization affecting human health? Philip Brenneman, how do career opportunities compare to earning a college degree? Nicholas Bordolski, should governments partake in economic involvement to reduce the effects of climate change? Lorena Cangelosi, how does nostalgia affect people, and what actions can be taken to ensure that it leaves a positive impact on them? Isabella Cangelosi, how do video games positively affect education, and should schools only allow students to play cooperative games? Milena Curtis, is social media hindering children's education? Martha Delatorre, how does social media influence social movements? Skylar Dildine, how can the implementation of new medications help slow the progress of Alzheimer's disease? Angelina Garcia, why will the effects of climate change be worse for developing countries? Olivia Gentry, how does social media affect rates of rage killing and suicide? Caleb Harbrucker, what are the positive effects of video games? Riley Henderson, how does nostalgia affect our perception of the past? Nathan Hendricks, what are the negative factors contributing to a failing prison system? Robert Hill, how can educational economic resources improve the standing of third world countries? Callie Johnston Coker, what are the effects of overpopulation in different parts of the world today? Morgan Kendall, how does technology impact our human interactions? Joshua Keek, do animals require unique care and special considerations because of their emotions? Ivani Morales Mejia, what is the effect of urbanization on culture? Malcolm Morris, how does television negatively affect children at a young age? Jacob Mustard, how does social media impact voter turnout? Jim Nguyen, how has social media increased the rise in social anxiety and depression in teens? Stevie Acker, how did the civil rights movement pave the way for diversity today? Jackson Satter, how does social media accessibility affect fitness outcomes? Elena Shalabi, how has exposure to social media affected the social norms of society? Samuel Skelton, what is the future of alternative energy in developed nations? Skylar Small, does social media have a negative impact resulting in racism? Phoenix Smith, does social media affect adolescent development? Jessica Turner, how does social media decrease self-esteem? Logan Whitley, what are the privacy concerns with social networking services, and how do they impact us? Rachel Wingerson, how has social media negatively affected politics, and should we create laws to help? The AP Capstone Honors Diploma is awarded to students that have outstanding academic achievement and have attained college-level academic and research skills. Students earning this diploma have mastered AP Seminar and AP Research courses, requiring students to conduct a year-long research-based investigation on a topic they choose, and also they must score a 3 or higher on 4 additional AP exams. This year, Parker Bensel has earned the AP Capstone Diploma of Distinction at Oak Park, in addition to Gold Medallion. I now would like to ask Martha Delatorre, Natalie Morrison, Melissa Bartlow, and Nicholas Berdolski to share a special message for the class of 2020.
4 years ago, I never would have imagined we would be where we are today. 4 years ago, I never would have known how much one building would change my life for the better forever. On March 13th, 2020, as I walked to my car, I remember stopping and thinking to myself, what if today was my last day as a student at Oak Park? What if I never got the chance to thank my teachers and let them know how much they mean to me? If there's one thing I've learned in my lifetime at Oak Park, it would be to not take any moment for granted. Every game night, a sea of blue and white and catching a whiff of cheap face paint. All those times I raised my hand to ask yet another question, my teachers were always kind and patient with me. All those paintbrushes I washed and reused, and I never got a drop on me. Every backstage quick change and dress rehearsals and competitions with Mr. D, and I never missed an entrance. Looking back, I've realized that I've been given so much to be thankful for. Good friends, great teachers, and even better memories to take with me on my next journey. The class of 2020 is unstoppable, and I think that we can all agree that a screen chat could never do a face-to-face conversation justice. Thanks to Oak Park, we've finished chapters and started writing new ones, but our story isn't over yet. Thanks to Oak Park, we will always be blue on blue through and through.
I would like to thank all the parents, family, friends, faculty, and staff who've supported us as we work towards this special moment. 1,376 days ago, we all walked into the brick building of Oak Park High School as freshmen. We've changed a lot since our first day of freshman year. Buses turned into cars, friends turned into family, and teachers turned into mentors. We had been talking about this day, graduation, since day one, and well, it's finally here. Dr. Seuss once said, "Sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory." I thought a lot about this quote as I was writing this, because I feel like our high school experience is something we will never forget. Through our 4 years here, we have built unbreakable friendships, met impressive accomplishments, and made unforgettable memories. Looking back, I remember our sophomore year. That's when we all had those loud, dangly lanyards hanging out of our pockets. That's when we all got driver's license, and we wanted to make sure everyone knew that. But if you were anything like me, 2 weeks later, I hit a car in the parking lot and I was back to riding the bus. One day, I'm going to be able to tell my kids about the year of 2020. I'm going to tell them about how we celebrated homecoming with the parade, pep rally, dance, and more. How we cheered our hearts out at Friday night football games. The late nights we spent doing our online classes because we always waited till last minute, and being able to scream out, "Who's your daddy?" every time we heard the band play it. But most importantly, I'll tell them about even though we were given the adversity of today's issue, we didn't veer off our path to success, but we powered on towards our end goal. We didn't get the chance to celebrate this day the way we imagined it, for sure. But the great thing about high school is so many stories are written. Everyone's story is different. But what is unique to us brought together by the blue, is we all did at Oak Park High School. This is only the beginning of your story, and those memories are worth holding on to and worth telling. So let's cherish the moments we had, but remember what's ahead of us. Class of 2020, you are a talented, smart, diverse, and strong graduating class, and I have no doubt you'll do amazing things in this world. As we move into the next stage of our lives, remember that ends are not a bad thing. They just mean something else is about to begin. I challenge each and every one of you to do what your heart desires and leave a lasting impact on the world that you can proudly look back upon and say, "I just did that." Thank you.
The past few months have been unexpected, to say the least. I don't think any of us could have prepared for missing so many important milestones of our senior year and missing out on spending the last little bit hanging around our friends. The class of 2020 definitely got the short end of the stick, but it just goes to show how strong and resilient we are as a class. Though this isn't quite what any of us wanted or expected, we are still here making the most of it. Now, it is tough being stuck inside at home. You really learn a lot about the people you live with when you see them 24/7. I personally have chosen to use a lot of the free time on my hands to reflect. In the past few months, I've reflected on the quote my fellow senior class officers and I have chosen to base all of graduation off of and to represent the class of 2020 as a whole. The quote is one by Dr. Seuss. He said, "Sometimes you'll never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory." Now, those are wise words coming from someone who wrote about green eggs and ham and fox and socks, but I've come to realize that since we were little, Dr. Seuss has been teaching us valuable lessons to take with us through life. These lessons have built us into the men and women we are today and have prepared us for anything we may face. Think of Cat in the Hat. It's a story about two kids stuck at home on a gloomy day with nothing to do. Then, a magical hat-bearing feline appears and shows these kids how to have fun and how to make the most of their given situation. Now, that might sound familiar for many of us, minus the talking cat part, but we have taken the lessons taught to us as young children and reinforced through our time at Oak Park to make the most of the past few months. Maybe you picked up a new hobby, spent time with family. Students, maybe you studied, although I wouldn't bank on that one. Either way, we took our situation stuck inside and made the most of it. The valuable lessons don't stop there at Cat in the Hat. Think of the Grinch, my personal favorite, who taught us to accept our differences and to treat others with respect. Green eggs and ham taught us to always try something before jumping to conclusions. You never know what you may enjoy. Horton Hears a Who taught us that everybody matters. The Lorax, he taught us to love and respect the environment. The Sneetches taught us to never make assumptions. The book, Did I Ever Tell You How Lucky You Are? Well, that one is pretty self-explanatory. You may be wondering, did this guy really go back and read all these books? And yes, I did. And yes, I was rhyming for days afterwards. The point is, there are so many valuable lessons you can take away from Dr. Seuss, just like when we evaluate our time at Oak Park. Through the friendships that have grown, teachers we've come to love, and memories that have been made, I invite you to think back and remember all the times we've shared together as the class of 2020. It has been an interesting 4 years, but there isn't a class I want to experience all of this with more than you guys. Finally, I'd like to leave you off with a quote from the Dr. Seuss book, Oh, the Places You'll Go. Congratulations. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You've got brains in your head. You've got feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the one who will decide where to go. Thank you.
I'm glad to have the opportunity to be standing here before the class of 2020. Not literally, but bear with me. I wanted to take a moment to thank everyone once again for having the strength, patience, and optimism for finishing the year strong despite all of the hurdles that we had to jump over, and this curveball of a pandemic. Give yourselves a round of applause. Don't worry, I got you guys. I'd like to point out some of the challenges that we have overcome starting with freshman year. First, we couldn't debunk whether there was really a swimming pool on top of the roof or not. Don't pretend like you guys didn't believe it too. As sophomores, some of us were driven crazy with taking our very first AP class. Shout out to the students that survived reading the textbook in Mrs. Pabon's A-Push class. You will be remembered. Junior year, some failed to get sleep the night before the ACT and decided nap time was going to take place during the reading section. I would know from experience. Now, we come to our senior year where we have become experienced scholarship seekers and sleep-deprived seniors from procrastination, the late-night games, and a little thing called senioritis. Sad to say, it gets worse with time. Or even the little moments such as being in class with a favorite teacher, painting the signs we hang in the hallways, attending assemblies, or even as little as scoring an A on the test you pulled an all-nighter for. Hence the bags under our eyes. Yet, these are the moments that we devalue the most. It's the little things that matter, because once the reins have been removed and we have been set free, we're off to make the decisions on our own. Moments like these have created memories and experiences that will help mold and guide our decisions in the future. Remember that no matter what, we're all family here. And it's important that what you take here from today is not only the final moments of seeing each other here together in the same room one last time, but it's the moments cherished and the experiences forever remembered. I want to say I'm truly proud of each and every one of you, because much like a flower, we can look around the room and see that we have all truly blossomed. It's now up to you whether you continue to plant these seeds and grow, or simply stay the blossom flower that you are. Always know that you are capable of more than you think, and you will continue making your mark in this world. As I'm coming to an end of my speech, it reminds me that we are also truly coming to an end of our senior year. If you are to remember anything from today, or your last 4 years spent at Oak Park, take this with you. We are here for each other, better yet, for the family. Thank you.
Here is our 2018-2019 a cappella choir under the direction of Mr. Chris Drogemuller performing For Good. Ladies and gentlemen, Oak Park's a cappella choir.
People come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn when we are led to those who help us most grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like the comets pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good. It's well maybe that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I've learned from you. You'll be with me. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart.
Thank you, Mr. Drogemuller and our a cappella choir. Would the class of 2020 please rise? Dr. Clemens, I present to you this year's senior class. These students have met the requirements of North Kansas City schools in the state of Missouri. It is an honor to present the Oak Park High School graduating class of 2020 for your acceptance.
On behalf of the district administration, I accept the graduating class of 2020 and certify that they have met the graduation requirements for the North Kansas City School District. I extend my best wishes to each of you in your future endeavors, and I am honored to present the Oak Park class of 2020 to our Board of Education President, Mrs. Jan Cow.
On behalf of the Board of Education, I authorize the awarding of these diplomas. We congratulate each and every one of you and your families, the faculty and staff of Oak Park High School. I extend my very best wishes to you for your success in the future.
Altagani Abdelrahim, Sami Abunamus, Tihani Abubakar, Jason Adams, Nathan Adams, Jose Aguilera, Esmeralda Alaves, Najib Al-Hakim, Paige Allen, Ava Karen Anderson, Mary Elizabeth Anderson, Raina Apollon, Caleb Arendt, William Arnold, Aaliyah Ann Ayala, Jasmine Bailey, Hope Baker, Nicholas Baker, Colton Balke, Chase Balmer, Jeffrey Banks, Caden Bankston, Giselle Guadalupe Barba, Trevor Barden, Leilani Ari Barela, Felipe Barrera, Emily Barrett, Adam Berenger, Melissa Bartlow, Kyle Kenneth Bowman, Michael Bausch, Anna Christine Bear, Antonio Dwayne Belcher Jr., Jacqueline Lorena Bennett, Kelsey Starr Bennett, Parker Bensel, Justin Bergman, Israel Berhanu, John Joseph Verislavich, Abigail Bashirs, Jackson Bibler, Josephine Biggs, Jalea Birdsong, Jillian Birdsong, Malia Biswell, Samantha Bixby, Elizabeth Blair, Danielle Blankenship, Michaela Bloom, Mia Christine Bach, Kelsey Lynn Boucher, Elijah Alexander Broderick, Joseph Maxime Broderick, Montana Lynn Brailsford, Philip Brenneman, Isabel Brown, Megan Nicole Bryant, Taylor Vicente Buenaflor, Nicholas Brodolski, Joseph Burke, Nicholas Burkhammer, Ainsley Burns, Grace Burns, Bryce Butler, Emily Marlene Byram, Diana Calderon, Milena Cameron, Isabella Marie Cangelosi, Lorena Marie Cangelosi, Derek Cannon, Jonathan Cantrell, Alejandro Carbayar, Alexis Castile, Andriana Bella Castillo, Seth Christofferson, Tanner Collins, Patrick Compton, Christian Cook, Philip Corbin, Erica Cree Korn, Natalie Cothran, Zion Michael Cullen, Milena Curtis, Ariana Lachelle Davis, Gavin Davis, Michael Davis, Jada Renee Dean, Jalen Dean, Kylie DeBoard, David DeGerald, Xavier De Herrera, Shayla De La Cruz, Martha De La Torre, Benjamin Isaiah Derry, Angel Diaz, Austin Dietrich, Skylar Dildine, Mason Kennedy Drawn, Riley Drowns, Russell Dunn Jr., Alta Durant, Mason Alexander Early, Domingo Elliott, Sterling Frederick Escobedo, Emily Everly, William C. Ferretti, Selena Fajardo, Marcus Felton, Litzy Furman, Caitlin Fuhrer, Chantel Flores, Liliana Fouts, Jessica Fox, Vikens Francois, D'Artagnan Alexander Frisbee, Jackson Galetti, Kobe Gallen, Angelina Garcia, Tyson Gaskins, Hayden Gary, Brian Michael Gano, Olivia Simone Gentry, Julia George, Blake Gilmore Bland, Jonathan Gorosteta, Darian Charles Gray, Jacob Gray, Alyssa Ann Green, Chance Gresham, Robert Andrew Gresty, Adonis Antoine Guerrera, Dominique Gunn, Melissa Rolla, Brooklyn Guthrie, Caleb Harbrucker, Gage Hausman, Cooper Heller, Riley Henderson, Nathan Hendricks, Elizabeth Jean Hermes, Sierra Grace Hermson, Emily Hernandez, Layla Hernandez, Ezekiel Hernandez Cruz, Robert Hill, Whitney Grace Hahn, Abigail Jacqueline Howard, Anaya Hughes, Lorenzo Hughes Jr., Sidney Hewitt, Evan Riley Hulsey, Javier Ifmalik, Alexandria Hillis, Jennifer Grace Jarman, Amari Cottrell Johnson, Brendan William Johnson, Carter Johnson, Callie Johnston Coker, Ashlyn Jones, Kelsey Jones, Judah Xavier Juarez, Kane Matthew Kelly, Eric Donald Kelgren Jr., Morgan Kendall, Michaela Krieger, Alyssa Nicole Kincaid, Alyssa King, Arnold King III, Brooke Kish, Rain Elizabeth O'Neill Kitzman, Joshua William Keek, Stephen Kuhn, Desmond Lamb, Brian Lana, Destiny Lane, Julia Lane, Alyssa Jo Larson, Michaela Law, Tyler Lee, Hudson Leach, Curtis Lee Wirtz, Gabrielle Letzinger, Ember Lewis, Zoe Lockwood, Elias Lopez, Josiah Lowe, Sebastian Kenneth Lowe, Victoria McGree, Ahmed Magoob, Andrew Mahoney, Jonathan Minhares, Amari Marks, Andrea Marquez, Estella Marsh, Calvin Marshall, John Martino, Mason Meyer, Jacob Allen Maynard, Rochelle McAdams, Andrew McCall, Caitlin Ashley Marie McCandless, Connor Allen McCarthy, Liam McCork, Christian McIntyre, Brooklyn McGinnis, Levi Michael McKinney, Caitlin Nicole McLaughlin, Vincent Mead, David Charles Medina, Henry Mejia Gomez, Aaron Melendez Estrada, Grace Melgarejo, Maribel Stacy Mendoza, Dagmawi Mengistu, Gabriela Milan, Alexis Miller, Madeline Kate Miller, Fadumo Mohammed, Mustaf Mohammed, Sundas Mohammed, Nima Mohammed Zadah, Shais Mohuddin, Lindsay Mall, Jaden Moore, Ivany Morales Mejia, Adrian Moreno, Lita Morris, Natalie Morrison, Mackenzie Morrow, Malcolm Morse, Angelina Sylvia Mortelli, Michael Moses, Sean Muma, Cheyenne Murphy, Jacob Mustard, Ashton Machowzik, Hugo Nava, Adam Neno, Hugh Nguyen, Jim Nguyen, Kevin Nguyen, Alyssa Nicole Novatsky, Aaliyah Cheyenne Odin, Stevie Renee Otker, Jordan K. Olson, Elizabeth Orr, Daniel Osman, Alexis Owens, Blaine Pace, Evan Parker, William Pellant, Quinn Fan, Logan Phillips, Jeanette Lynn Pingleton, Miles Poppy, Brandon Jacob Post, Keaton Lake Potter, Dariana Powell, Caden Robick, Alexis Ransberg, Trenton Allen Reed, Montarian Richard, Mackay Richardson, Malia Rourke, Fabiola Robels, McKenna Rogers, Zachary Rodriguez, Dylan Michael Rogers, Aldo Rosa, Jackson Del Ruth, Enrique Ruiz, Wesley Russell, Shawane Saeed, Matthew Salazar, Heather Trinity Marie Sanford, Jackson McCoy Satter, Paige Schulberg, Elena Shellaby, Rebecca Sharp, Joseph Shaver, Madison Shelley, Riley Ann Shelton, Titus Shelton Vaughn, Luke Alexander Sherfield, Kylie Shivers. Matthew William Short. Isaiah Simpson. Riley Sims. Bryce Sinnott. Samuel Skelton. Skylar Kiana Small. Lakeisha Smith. Phoenix Smith. Frank Stafford. Clint Strail. Caleb Strong. Thomas Michael Stump. Trenton Austin Swinford. David Tapia. Gina Tarantola. Mikey Tennyson. Colton Tisthammer. Sean Toole. Victor Tran. Autumn Treelout. Jessica Turner. Jalen Valdepena. Jacob Van Sant. Christian Vergara. Garrett Waddell. Joshua Walker. Corey Jermaine Warren. Brianna Watson. Madison Ware. Dakota Weber. Christian Walbacher. Kayla Ann Whitebread. Logan Whitley. Bailey Widman. Carmen Williams. Samuel Willig. Elizabeth Wilson. Ian Wilson. Jackson Winfrey. Rachel Marie Wingerson. Emily Witter. Ryan Woodson. Haley Wright. Noel Wright. Sarah Liam Elizabeth Young. George Circle. Jessica Zuber.
Seniors, please rise for the performing of our alma mater.
Ready and
as the great Dr. Seuss once said, sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. Oak Park seniors, our high school journey is complete. Let us value the memories we have made these last 4 years. Now is our time to go out and make our dreams a reality. So will the class of 2020 please rise and move their tassels to the left. Hats off!
This concludes our first ever virtual graduation ceremony. Class of 2020, congratulations on being the first class to ever participate virtually, and we cannot wait to celebrate you in person later on. You were missed, but you will never be forgotten. Thank you for all you have done for the family.